A lone 50 bill quivers beneath a chipped coffee mug on a sagging futon. The studio measures 6 x 8 feet, walls scarred with water stains shaped like continents. A ceiling fan wheezes dust with every spin. 4:03 a.m. A cracked phone buzzes on the floor, alarm flashing. Shift 5. Calloused hands kill the sound. Ethan sits up, spine popping. Motor oil grounds so deep into his knuckles it looks like shadow. He opens a mini fridge the size of a lunchbox. One egg, half a bruised tomato, a plastic cup ringed with yesterday's coffee. He cracks the egg into a dented skillet on a hot plate. The coil glows red, flickers, dies. He strikes a match, mutters a word that fogs the window. Outside, rain hammers the metal awning hard enough to rattle the pane. 7 miles north, same rain, same city. A private elevator glides upward through glass and steel. Floor 72. Doors part into a penthouse that drinks the dawn. Triple pane windows frame the skyline like a silent movie. Sophia Langford steps out barefoot on heated travertine, silk robe the color of bone slipping off one shoulder. Her closet glows, motion sensor LEDs behind shelves of bags that cost more than Ethan's entire zip code. She trails a finger along a crocodile Kelly, pauses, picks a slate gray blazer instead. A glass tablet on the quartz island chimes. Board call, 9 a.m. terminate 3 EVPs. She taps accept without looking. A barista pours cold-pressed celery cucumber mint into a chilled flute. She downs it in one tilt, sets the glass down with a click that rings like a verdict. Ethan folds his only clean shirt, collar frayed, one button gone. He tucks the 50 into a cracked vinyl wallet already holding a court notice stamped in red. 420,000 damages hearing. Nove, 10. Sophia signs a term sheet with a fountain pen that costs more than Ethan's truck. Ink, obsidian. The page gives her a private island before sunrise. Ethan laces scuffed boots, steps into ankle-deep runoff flooding the alley behind his building. He wades to a rusted 1998 Ford pickup parked under a dripping maple. Ignition coughs 4 times before catching. Wipers smear grime more than clear it. Sophia descends in a second elevator, straight into a subterranean garage. A row of midnight cars gleams under surgical lights. She slides into the back of a Maybach S680. The driver, white gloves, zero eye contact, eases out. Partition up. Bulletproof bubble. Ethan S. Dash, cracked vinyl. A plastic saint glued with duct tape. Fuel needle kissing E. He coasts downhill to save gas. Prays the brakes remember their job. Sophia S. Dash, augmented display. Ambient light sync to her pulse. Chilled Perrier in the door. She scrolls ticker. Langford Holdings up 2.7. She smiles like a blade. Ethan brakes at a light. A billboard looms. Langford Legacy shaping tomorrow. Sophia S. face, retouched, stares down at him. Sophia glances at the same billboard from her window, sees her own giant eyes, looks away. Ethan S. phone pings, bank alert, 470 overdraft. Fee, balance, 1,800. Sophia S. phone pings, private wealth, quarterly dividend, 4.2 millionaires. She silences it. Rain thickens. Wipers on both rigs fight a losing war. Headlights carve tunnels through the storm. 2 lives, same deluge, barreling toward the same blind curve on I-95. Both vehicles crest the same hill from opposite directions. Steel about to scream. One rainy Tuesday, everything crashes. Headlights smear into liquid ribbons as the hill peaks. Ethan S. Ford pickup kisses a river of water, tires surrendering grip. The wheel yanks hard right, then left, a trapped animal. He stomps the brake pedal to the floorboard. The truck answers with a sickening glide. Across the double yellow, the Maybach descends at a steady 60. Sophia S. driver relaxed, knuckles loose on the leather. Rain needles the glass so thick the wipers blur into useless fans. Ethan S. breath fogs the windshield. The pickup S nose dips, rear end whipping wide. Steel meets steel. The Ford S bumper crumples like paper against the Maybach S armored trunk. Airbags punch out in twin white blooms. The pickup spins a full circle, engine dying with a cough, facing the guardrail. The Maybach skids sideways, tires screeching smoke, nose burying into a muddy ditch. Steam snakes from the pickup S hood, silence heavier than the downpour settles. Ethan S. forehead throbs warm. Blood threads down his temple, mixing with rain through the cracked window. He shoulders the door. It groans open. Boots splash into cold runoff. He staggers around the tangle of metal. The Maybach S rear is accordion folded but solid, carbon fiber flexing where steel would have torn. The driver S door opens. White gloves first, then the driver. Suit dark with water, peering through the partition. Sophia pushes her own door. It swings on silent hinges. Patent heels sink into mud. Blazer ruined, silk blouse clinging. She stares at the pickup, then at Ethan. He stands rooted, rain plastering hair to his skull. Hands open, close, empty. The 50 bill in his wallet now pulp. He spots yesterday's receipt on the passenger seat, grabs it, digs a stub pen from the glove box. Ink bleeds as he scrawls, "I am sorry. I have nothing, Ethan." He limps to the Maybach, tucks the sodden note under the bent wiper. It flaps like surrender. Sirens rise. Red-blue lights strobe off wet asphalt. A tow truck crests the hill, hazards pulsing orange. Ethan steps back, boots slipping. Sophia watches, eyes narrowed against the storm. She lifts her cracked phone, snaps the pickup S plate. Ohio tags, Ethan R. Zooms on the note, reads through water beads. Thumb hovers. Police cruiser skids in. Officer approaches Ethan, rain dripping from his hat. License, registration. Ethan fumbles, pulls the red-stamped court notice by mistake. The cop frowns. Sophia steps forward, heels clicking. Damages on Langford Holdings. She hands over a black card, embossed, limitless. The officer nods, signals the tow operator. Ethan watches under the gas station awning as his truck is winched onto the flatbed. Frame twisted, axle snapped clean. The Maybach limps behind another tow, trunk folded but rolling. Sophia doesn't look back. Her driver shields her with an umbrella as they slide into a waiting Escalade that appears from the dark. Tinted glass swallows her whole. Ethan S. phone is dead in his pocket. No cash, no ride, 7 miles from the studio that Kee might lock him out by dawn. He starts walking the shoulder, boots squelching. Headlights blast past, spraying more water. The receipt note flaps on the Maybach S wiper as the tow pulls away. Ink running, but words clinging. The wrecked pickup sways on the flatbed. Rain washing blood from the cracked dash. The Maybach rounds the bend, taillights fading to red pinpricks. 1 collision, 2 futures cracked open. The Escalade's taillights vanish into the storm. Ethan keeps walking, boots heavy with water, the shoulder narrowing to gravel. Each step splashes cold up his calves. Streetlights flicker overhead, 1 bulb popping dead. He passes a shuttered diner, neon sign half lit. Open 24. The smell of fryer grease lingers in the rain. His stomach knots. The single egg from dawn is a ghost. 7 miles stretch ahead like a sentence. Sophia sits in the back of the Escalade, partitioned down for once. The driver glances in the mirror, waiting. She peels off ruined heels, tosses them onto the floor mat. Mud streaks the carpet. She pulls the soggy receipt from her blazer pocket, smooths it on her thigh. Ink has feathered, but the words hold, "I am sorry. I have nothing. Ethan." She turns the paper over grocery list on the back. Eggs, bread, milk, a stain of tomato seeds. She folds it once, tucks it into an inner pocket next to her phone. The penthouse elevator opens directly into the marble foyer. Lights bloom soft gold. The barista is gone. The apartment feels hollow. Sophia drops the blazer on a chair, silk blouse clinging cold. She pads to the kitchen island, pours 2 fingers of something amber from a crystal decanter. The first sip burns. She opens her cracked phone, thumbs to the photo of the license plate. A quick search. Ethan Reed, 32, address in the warehouse district, in leans stacked like bricks. She scrolls further repo notices, medical bills, a foreclosure warning dated next week. She sets the phone face down. Ethan reaches the overpass, graffiti bleeding down concrete pillars. He leans on the railing, watches engine oil mixing with rain on his skin. Headlights sweep below. A semi roars past, air horn blasting. He checks his pocket's wallet, dead phone, a bent bus token. The token glints under a street lamp. He flips it, catches it, pockets it again. The rain eases to a drizzle, city lights smearing into watercolor. Sophia stands at the floor-to-ceiling window, city glittering 72 floors below. She pulls the receipt out again, holds it to the glass. Water beads on the pane, distorting the ink. She opens a drawer, slides the paper between pages of a leather-bound ledger blank pages, untouched. She closes it, locks the drawer with a small key on a gold chain. The chain slips beneath her robe. Ethan trudges the last mile. The studio building looms, bricks dark with decades of soot. He climbs the exterior stairwell, metal groaning. Key sticks in the lock. He shoulders the door. Inside, the single bulb flickers on. The futon sags lower than memory. He peels off wet clothes, hangs them on a nail. The mini fridge hums empty. He sits on the edge of the futon, elbows on knees, staring at the 50 bill now warped and pale. He smooths it flat, pins it back under the mug. Sophia changes into cashmere joggers and an oversized sweater. She pads to the office wing, flips on a single desk lamp. The ledger waits. She opens it, places the receipt on the center page. She types the plate number into a secure terminal. Files cascade, accident report, tow manifest, body cam still of Ethan S. bloodied face. She pauses on the still, zooms on his eyes wide, exhausted, honest. She closes the file. Ethan lies back, ceiling fan clicking overhead. Sleep refuses. He counts water stains like sheep. The court notice crinkles under the pillow. Dawn creeps gray through the cracked window. Sophia shuts the ledger, pockets the key. She stands at the window again, city quieter now. The receipt is safe. The man who wrote it is 7 miles south, broke and bleeding. She turns off the lamp. One note, one decision forming in the dark. Dawn leaks through the cracked window, painting the studio walls the color of weak tea. Ethan swings his legs off the futon, bare feet hitting cold linoleum. The 50 bill lies flat under the mug, edges curled like dried leaves. He pulls on yesterday S jeans, stiff with dried mud, and a hoodie 2 sizes too big. The court notice sits on the hot plate now, red stamp glaring. He folds it small, shoves it into his back pocket. The mini fridge clicks on, empty except for a single ketchup packet. He pockets that too. Outside, the stairwell drips. He descends, boots echoing. The alley smells of wet cardboard and diesel. A neighbor-s radio leaks tinny music through a broken window. Ethan walks the 7 miles again, this time under a sky the color of steel. His phone stays dead. The bus token buys him nothing without fare. Blisters bloom inside his socks. He counts cracks in the sidewalk like rosary beads. Sophia wakes to sunlight slicing through automated blinds. The penthouse hums with quiet efficiency. She showers in a marble cave, water falling like warm rain. Cashmere joggers and the oversized sweater stay on. No boardroom today. She opens the ledger, lifts the receipt. The ink has dried into faint purple ghosts. She slides it into a slim black envelope, seals it with a drop of wax the color of blood. The gold key glints as she fastens the chain around her neck. Ethan reaches the courthouse steps at 8:57 a.m. The building squats gray and brutal, columns stained with pigeon shit. He climbs, each step heavier. Inside, metal detectors beep at the ketchup packet. He empties pockets. Wallet, token, notice. A bailiff waves him through. The hallway smells of bleach and despair. He finds room 12B, door already ajar. Folding chairs in rows, most empty. He takes the back, hood up, hands clasped to stop the shake. Sophia arrives in the Escalade, tinted windows hiding her from the morning glare. She steps out in oversized sunglasses, sweater sleeves pushed to elbows. The driver stays with the car. She climbs the courthouse steps alone, heels swapped for soft leather sneakers. Security waves her through no line for Langford money. She carries a slim leather folder, the black envelope inside. The judge enters at 9:15, robes sweeping. Langford Holdings versus Reed. Ethan stands, knees knocking. The prosecutor lists damages: $420,000, medical for the driver, bodywork, lost productivity. Ethan S. public defender stammers about inability to pay. The judge flips pages, frowns. Mr. Reed, you have assets? Ethan shakes his head. The gavel lifts. Sophia rises from the back row. Heads turn. She walks the aisle like she owns the floorboards. Your Honor, voice clear, no microphone needed. Langford Holdings withdraws the claim. The prosecutor blinks. The judge leans forward. Sophia opens the folder, slides a single sheet across the bench. Full settlement, paid in cash, no admission of liability. The judge scans, stamps. Case dismissed. Ethan stands frozen. Sophia turns, sunglasses off now. Eyes lock on his storm gray meeting exhausted brown. She walks straight to him, envelope in hand. The courtroom empties around them. She stops an arm's length away. Ethan Reed, not a question. She extends the envelope. He takes it, fingers brushing hers. Inside, a black card, heavy stock, embossed with a single line in silver. 30 days. Drive for me. No questions. SL. He flips the card, blank on the back. Looks up. She's already walking out, sneakers silent on linoleum. The gold key glints at her throat. Ethan follows, legs moving before thought. Outside, the Escalade idles. She pauses at the curb. Today starts the 30. She opens the rear door herself, slides in. The driver nods at Ethan. He hesitates, envelope clenched in his fist. Then he climbs in beside her. Door shuts. The city rolls past tinted glass. One offer, one impossible choice accepted in silence. The Escalade glides to a stop in the underground garage. Fluorescent tubes buzz overhead, painting every surface surgical white. The Maybach waits center stage, rear end patched with matte black tape where the crash folded it. A mechanic in Langford coveralls snaps a final panel into place, wipes a thumbprint, steps back. Sophia exits first, sneakers whispering on epoxy. Ethan follows, envelope still crushed in his fist. The driver hands her a fresh key fob, nods once, melts into the shadows. She circles the car slow, fingertips trailing the fender. The tape is invisible from 10 feet. She opens the rear door, gestures Ethan inside. He hesitates on the painted line, boots dripping alley water. She climbs in after him, pulls the door shut. Partition up. The cabin seals with a soft hiss. Leather smells new, money smells newer. A chilled bottle of water sits in the door, condensation beating. Ethan S. hand hovers, retreats. Sophia cracks her own, drinks half, offers the rest. He shakes his head. The Maybach rolls up the ramp, sunlight slicing through tinted glass. City traffic parts like it knows the plate. Ethan grips the armrest, knuckles pale. The dash glows soft blue, speedometer climbing without effort. Sophia watches the side mirror, not the road. She taps the glass. The partition drops an inch, pull over at the next light. The driver obeys. Horns bleat behind them. She turns to Ethan. You drive now. He stares. She presses the fob into his palm, metal warm from her skin. The driver exits, circles, opens Ethan's door. Ethan steps out onto the curb, rain-fresh wind hitting his face. The driver slides into the back without a word. Ethan stands alone beside the Maybach, key heavy as guilt. A pedestrian bumps him, mutters. He circles to the driver's door, pulls it open. The seat is still warm. He adjusts it forward 6 inches. Mirrors, seatbelt. The engine purrs awake at a touch. Sophia watches from the back, arms folded. Ethan eases into traffic. The car feels alive, steering feather light brakes eager. A yellow light ahead. He lifts off the gas too late, rolls through amber. A cop on the corner glances, looks away. Sophia S. reflection smiles in the rear view. Ethan S. hands sweat on the wheel. He signals, changes lanes, merges onto the expressway. Speed climbs 60, 70. The city shrinks. Exit signs blur. Sophia leans forward, breath near his ear. Take the service road. He obeys, tires humming over fresh asphalt. Industrial buildings rise, graffiti bright against rust. She points to a vacant lot ringed by chain link. He pulls in, gravel popping under tires. Engine off. Silence rushes in. Dust settles on the hood. She opens her door, steps out. He follows. The lot is empty except for orange cones in a sloppy figure eight. She kicks one straight. Drive it. Ethan blinks. She walks to the passenger side, climbs in. He slides behind the wheel again. The cones wait. He rolls forward, slow, clips the first one. Plastic explodes. Sophia laughs short, surprised. He winces, tries again. Second lap cleaner. Third lap, the Maybach dances between cones like it was born for it. Gravel sprays. He finds a rhythm, shoulders loosening. Sun drops behind the warehouses, sky bleeding orange. Ethan parks neat between the cones, kills the engine. Sweat beads his hairline. Sophia opens her door, steps out, stretches. She pulls a protein bar from her pocket, splits it, hands him half. He eats in 2 bites. She nods toward the car. Day 1, 29 left. The Maybach gleams under sodium lights, tape patch invisible now. Ethan pockets the wrapper, climbs back in. The engine wakes up eager. They roll out of the lot, cones standing proud in the rear view. One day down, the city swallows them whole. 17 nights have bled into one another. The Maybach S-odometer has swallowed 2,000 miles, most of them after midnight. Ethan S. hands no longer hesitate on the wheel. The leather has molded to his grip. The tape patch on the trunk is gone, replaced by flawless paint that catches neon like oil on water. Sodium lights streak across the windshield as they glide past shuttered warehouses and sleeping suburbs. The dash clock reads 1:47 a.m. Sophia sits sideways in the back, legs tucked under her, hoodie sleeves pushed to elbows. The gold key still hangs at her throat, catching dashboard glow. She taps the partition. It drops. Exit here. Ethan flicks the signal, takes the off-ramp smooth. A single diner squats at the corner, sign flickering. Open 24/7. Gravel crunches under tires. He parks nose in beside a battered semi. Engine off. Crickets saw the silence. Sophia pockets the key fob, steps out. Ethan follows. The air smells of fryer grease and wet asphalt. A bell jingles as she pushes the glass door. Inside, formica tables gleam under fluorescent hum. A waitress in a faded apron wipes the counter with a gray rag. 3 truckers hunch over coffee. Sophia slides into a booth by the window. Vinyl cracked and sticky. Ethan sits opposite, hoodie dwarfing him. The waitress approaches, pen poised. Sophia orders without looking. 2 cheeseburgers, extra pickles, 1 chocolate shake, 2 straws. Ethan opens his mouth, closes it. The waitress scribbles, walks away. The jukebox coughs to life old country, volume low. Sophia peels a laminated menu from a puddle of ketchup, flips it. Ethan traces a burn mark on the table with his thumb. The waitress returns, sets down plates. Burgers drip orange cheese, fries steam in a red basket. The shake sweats between them, condensation pooling. Sophia lifts the burger, takes a bite, ketchup smearing her chin. She laughs muffled, real. Ethan mirrors her, bite smaller. Grease runs down his wrist. He wipes it on a napkin that disintegrates. She spears a fry, dips it in the shake, offers it. He takes it, chews. Sweet salt explodes. The truckers glance over, nudge each other. Sophia ignores them, sucks the straw. The shake gurgles. Ethan S. shoulders drop 2 inches. The waitress refills their water glasses without asking. Ice clinks. Sophia pulls a crumpled receipt from her pocket to Night S fuel stop. She smooths it on the table, grabs a crayon from the Kid S menu bucket, draws a wobbly truck, adds a tiny Maybach behind it, hands the crayon to Ethan. He adds stick figures, one in a hoodie, one in a sweater. She adds a diner sign. They trade the crayon until the paper is a mess of color. The waitress snaps a Polaroid, slides it across. The photo develops slow, two silhouettes, neon halo, ketchup smiles. Clock hits 2:30. The jukebox clicks off. Sophia stands, leaves a $100 bill under the shake glass. The waitress starts to protest. Sophia shakes her head. They step outside. The night has cooled. Gravel. Crunches again. Ethan opens the driver's door, pauses. Sophia climbs into the passenger seat first time. Seatbelt clicks. He starts the engine, backs out slow. The diner sign shrinks in the mirror. Headlights carve the empty road. Sophia rolls the window down, elbow out, wind whipping her hair. Ethan glances over. She's licking ketchup from her thumb, eyes on the stars. The Polaroid sits on the dash, curling at the edges. 17 days in, the Maybach smells faintly of fries. The city sleeps ahead, unaware. One midnight meal. One step closer to whatever comes next. The Maybach rolls back into the underground garage at 3:12 a.m. The Polaroid rides the dash like a trophy. Ethan kills the engine. The silence rings. Sophia pockets the crayon drawing, steps out, sneakers silent on epoxy. Ethan follows, hoodie smelling of diner grease. The elevator swallows them, mirrors reflecting two tired faces. Floor 72, doors part. The penthouse breathes cool air, city lights glittering beyond glass. Sophia kicks off sneakers, pads to the kitchen island. She pulls 2 bottles of water from the fridge, tosses one to Ethan. He catches it one-handed. She opens a drawer, slides the drawing beside the original receipt. The wax-sealed envelope sits untouched. She closes the drawer, locks it. The gold key glints as she tucks it beneath the hoodie collar. Ethan stands by the window, city a carpet of diamonds below. He turns the water bottle in his hands, label peeling. Sophia joins him, shoulder brushing his. They watch a helicopter blink red across the skyline. She breaks the silence. Paparazzi drone followed us from the diner. Ethan stiffens. She pulls her phone, cracked screen glowing. A gossip site loads, grainy photo of the Maybach parked under neon, caption screaming, "Mystery man with Langford heiress." Comments flood, driver, bodyguard, lover. She scrolls, face unreadable. Her phone buzzes again. Mother. She lets it ring out. Voicemail. She plays it on speaker. Ice in the voice. Board meeting tomorrow. End this circus or the trust freezes. You're embarrassing the name. Click. Ethan stares at the floor. Sophia pockets the phone, opens a laptop on the island. Security feed, drone footage, clear shot of Ethan S. profile through the diner window. She deletes the file, but mirrors already exist. Morning comes fast. The penthouse fills with suits. Sophia S. mother sweeps in, perfume sharp. Board members trail, tablets glowing. Ethan stands by the elevator, hoodie swapped for a borrowed black shirt 2 sizes too big. Mother S. eyes rake him. The help stays downstairs. Sophia steps between them. He stays. Tension crackles. The meeting moves to the glass conference table. Projections, stock dip 1.8 since the photos. Whispers, distraction, liability. Ethan excused to the kitchen. He pours coffee he doesn't drink, ears straining. Mother S. voice carries. 30 days was a stunt. Cut him loose. Sophia S. reply low, firm. Glass muffles the rest. He sets the cup down untouched. The original receipt burns in his memory. Drawer 10 feet away. Meeting ends. Suits file out. Mother lingers, manicured hand on Sophia S. arm. Choose. Door shuts. Silence. Sophia stands at the window again. City awake now. Ethan approaches, shirt sleeves past his knuckles. She turns, eyes red-rimmed but dry. They'll freeze everything if I keep you. He nods once. She opens the drawer, lifts the envelope, breaks the wax seal. Inside, the black card, now scratched from 17 days in his pocket. She places it on the counter between them. Ethan picks up his hoodie from the couch, folds it neat. He sets the Polaroid beside the car diner neon. Ketchup smiles. He walks to the elevator, presses the button. Doors open. He steps in, turns. Sophia stands motionless, key visible at her throat. Doors close. The elevator drops 72 floors. Garage level. The Maybach waits, engine cold. He leaves the key fob on the hood, walks to the ramp. Sunlight blinds at street level. Sophia remains at the island, card and photo side by side. The city hums below. One leak, one line drawn in blood-red wax. Ethan steps onto the sidewalk as the city exhales morning exhaust. The garage ramp seals behind him with a mechanical sigh. No hoodie, no key fob, no plan. The black shirt hangs loose, sleeves flapping like surrender flags. He walks east, toward the warehouse district. 7 miles of cracked pavement under a sky the color of dishwater. Rain starts as a mist, then thickens into needles. He doesn't flinch. Water beads on the shirt, darkens it to charcoal. Sophia stands at the penthouse island, fingertips brushing the Polaroid. The diner neon has faded to ghosts. She opens the drawer, lifts the original receipt. Ink has browned, words still legible. She folds it small, tucks it into the hoodie pocket. The gold key warms against her skin. She pulls on sneakers, grabs the Maybach fob from the counter. Elevator down. Ethan reaches the overpass where graffiti drips like old wounds. Rain hammers the concrete. He leans on the railing, watches traffic crawl below. A bus hisses past, windows fogged. He has no token, no fare. Blisters throb inside wet socks. He pushes off, keeps walking. The studio building appears, bricks darker with rain, exterior stairs slick. He climbs, key still in the lock from weeks ago. Door sticks, he shoulders it open. Inside, the futon sags under new leaks. Water drips from the ceiling into a plastic bucket. The 50 bill floats on the surface, ink bleeding. He peels off the soaked shirt, hangs it on the nail. The mini fridge hums empty. He sits on the futon edge, elbows on knees. The court notice, now pulp, sticks to the hot plate. He peels it free, lets it drop. Sophia finds the Maybach in the garage, key fob cold in her palm. She slides behind the wheel first time. The seat is still adjusted for Ethan-'s height. She moves it back, starts the engine. It purrs awake. She backs out, tires hissing on wet epoxy. Ramp up. Sunlight gone. Clouds bruise the sky. She drives the route they mapped over 17 nights. Expressway, service road, vacant lot with cones now scattered by wind. Rain lashes the windshield. Wipers fight a losing war. She takes the exit to Ethan-'s neighborhood, streets narrowing. Potholes swallow tires. The studio building looms. She parks under the dripping maple, hazards blinking. Engine off. She sits, hands on the wheel, watching water stream down the glass. The hoodie pocket holds the receipt like a heartbeat. Ethan stands at the cracked window, city blurred. Headlights flare below. The Maybach idles, familiar shape under the tree. He freezes. Sophia steps out, hoodie darkening with rain. No umbrella. She crosses the alley, sneakers splashing. Stairs groan under her weight. She stops at his door, knocks once. He opens it slow. Water drips from her hair. She pulls the receipt from her pocket, holds it out. Ink has run, but the apology remains. He takes it, fingers brushing hers. She steps inside, door shutting behind. The room feels smaller with two. Bucket overflows, drip, drip, drip. She looks at the futon. The empty fridge, the floating 50. Then at him, "I don't want the empire," voice steady over the rain. She pulls the gold key from her neck, sets it on the hot plate. It spins, stops. "I want the man who wrote this." Thunder rolls, lightning flashes, freezes them in white. Ethan-'s hand closes over the key. The Maybach waits below, engine ticking as it cools. Rain seals the world outside. One choice, one storm to ride together. Rain softens to a whisper against the tin roof. Ethan pockets the gold key, metal warm from Sophia's skin. The receipt stays in his other hand, edges soft as cloth. He pulls the futon's single blanket, drapes it over her shoulders. Water drips from her hoodie onto the linoleum. She doesn't shiver. The bucket overflows, a steady plink. He grabs the plastic mug, dumps the floating 50 into the sink, sets the bucket under the leak. Silence stretches, broken only by the storm. Sophia walks to the cracked window. The Maybach gleams below, hazard still blinking slow amber. She turns. We leave now. Ethan nods once. He pulls on the damp black shirt, sleeves still too long. She opens the door, stairs groan as they descend together. Alley puddles reflect neon. The Maybach door unlocks with a chirp. Ethan slides behind the wheel. The seat remembers him. Sophia climbs in passenger side, blanket around her like a cape. Engine wakes, purrs low. He backs out, tires hissing through runoff. Headlights carve tunnels through the rain. They take the service road, past the vacant lot where cones lie scattered like fallen soldiers. Expressway on-ramp. Speed climbs. The city shrinks in the mirrors. Sophia rolls her window down an inch. Wet wind whips her hair. She pulls the crayon drawing from her pocket, smooths it on the dash. The Polaroid joins it, curling at the edges. Ethan glances, smiles small. Hours bleed away. Rain turns to mist, then stops. Sky pales to pearl. Billboards give way to open fields. Corn stubble silver with dew. A hand-painted sign appears. Coastal Highway 1, 42 miles. Ethan takes the exit. The Maybach handles curves like it was born for them. Sophia kicks off sneakers, feet on the dash. The gold key glints on the console between them. Sunrise ignites the ocean ahead, gold bleeding into rose. They crest a hill. The Pacific spreads endless. Ethan pulls into a gravel turnout, engine off. Waves crash below, white foam on black rocks. Gulls wheel overhead. Sophia steps out barefoot, blanket trailing. Ethan follows. Salt wind snaps the blanket like a sail. She walks to the cliff edge, looks back. He joins her. The Maybach sits alone, hood ticking as it cools. 6 months later. The same coastal road bakes under noon sun. A food truck idles at a roadside pull-off, hand-painted signs swinging. Langford bites. The Maybach is hitched behind, trunk converted to a prep station, stainless steel gleaming. Ethan flips burgers on a flat top, apron tied over faded jeans. Sophia takes orders through the window, hair in a messy bun, gold key now on a leather cord around her neck. A line of surfers and truckers stretches 10 deep. Chalkboard menu, the Apology Omelette 5. Cash box overflows with singles and fives. The crayon drawing and Polaroid are laminated above the grill, edges yellowed but smiles intact. A customer snaps a photo. Ethan waves, spatula in hand. Sophia counts change, laughs at a bad joke. The ocean glitters behind them. The Maybach tape. Patches long gone. Paint sun-faded to match the truck. Engine cooled forever. Sun dips toward the horizon. Last customer served. Ethan wipes the grill, closes the window. Sophia locks the cash box, pockets the key. They unhitch the Maybach, climb into the food truck cab. Engine coughs, catches. They pull onto the highway, trailer rattling soft. The Maybach follows empty, a silver ghost. Cornfields give way to redwoods, then open road. The crayon drawing rides the dash again, held by a strip of duct tape. One new road. One life built from grease and salt. The food truck rattles to a stop on a cliffside overlook, engine ticking itself to sleep. Golden hour paints the Pacific molten copper. Ethan kills the lights. The Maybach trailer gleams behind like a polished memory. Sophia hops out first, barefoot on warm gravel, apron still tied. She unhooks the trailer hitch with practiced hands, metal clanking soft. Ethan joins her, wipes grease from his fingers onto faded jeans. The gold key swings on its leather cord, catching the last rays. They push the Maybach to the edge of the turnout, wheels crunching. The trunk pops open inside, a single cooler and a folded blanket. Ethan lifts the cooler. Sophia spreads the blanket on the hood, sandwiches wrapped in wax paper, two cold sodas sweating in the heat. They climb onto the warm metal, legs dangling over the bumper. Waves crash far below, rhythm steady as breath. Gulls circle, begging crusts. Sophia tears a sandwich in half, hands Ethan his share. They eat in silence, salt wind carrying mustard and laughter. Sun sinks lower, sky bleeding tangerine into violet. Ethan pulls the laminated crayon drawing from the truck cab, sets it on the dash inside the Maybach visible through the windshield. The Polaroid joins it, two relics side by side. Sophia leans back on her elbows, hoodie sleeves pushed high. Scars from grill burns dot her forearms. She wears them like medals. Ethan traces one with a gentle thumb. She smiles, small and real. Headlights appear on the coastal road, a line of cars, slow crawl. A makeshift sign leans against the food truck. Grand reopening tomorrow. Langford Bites. Word spread on local radio. Surfers, truckers, families with coolers. Tomorrow the line will stretch to the redwoods. Tonight, the cliff is theirs alone. Sophia stands on the bumper, arms wide. Wind whips her hair into a dark halo. Ethan joins her, hands finding hers. They balance on the Maybach S spine, kings of rust and salt. Below, the tide pulls back, revealing wet sand that mirrors the sky. She pulls the gold key over her head, loops the cord around both their wrists, ties a loose knot. The key rests between their pulses. Darkness creeps in, stars pricking the velvet. Ethan hops down, opens the Maybach S rear door. Inside, fairy lights strung weeks ago glow soft amber. A single mattress fits the cargo space, pillows piled high. They climb in, blanket pulled from the trunk. The door shuts with a gentle thud. Through the tinted glass, the food truck S sign flickers on battery power. Open. Always. Sophia curls against Ethan's chest, his heartbeat steady under her ear. He strokes her hair, fingers threading through salt-stiff strands. The ocean sings its endless song. Tomorrow the grill fires at dawn, orders shouted, change counted, dreams served on paper plates. Tonight the world is the size of a Maybach trunk and the space between two bodies. Ethan whispers into the dark, voice rough with salt and wonder. From a receipt to this. Sophia lifts her head, kisses the corner of his mouth, tastes mustard and tomorrow. The gold key glints between them, warm as skin. Outside, the food truck sign dims to black. Inside, fairy lights pulse like slow fireflies. The Pacific keeps its rhythm. The Maybach rocks gentle on its suspension, cradle for two lives rewritten. No empire, no debt, no 30-day clock. Just the road ahead, the grill tomorrow, the key that opens nothing and everything. Ethan pulls the blanket higher. Sophia S. breathing evens. Stars wheel overhead, ancient and unbothered. One final glance through the windshield. The crayon drawing and Polaroid catch the fairy glow. Two kids with ketchup smiles forever young. The food truck sleeps. The Maybach dreams. The tide turns. Ethan closes his eyes. Sophia S. hand finds his under the blanket, fingers laced tight. The end of the road is nowhere in sight. The beginning starts at dawn.